gentleman here. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick demonstration of the product so you guys can see that part first. And then we'll go in real briefly to the technology. So literally, I'm going to be about 3 to 5 minutes on what I'm going to do. And then you guys will be able to question, Q&A, everything. When I first saw this, to everybody that's looking, and I saw that these gentlemen was presenting a presentation to me with a sanitary napkin, I almost laughed and I got up and almost walked out of the meeting. But thank God that I'm an open guy, and I stood and I watched what these guys showed me in terms of this demonstration. First thing I want you ladies to notice is how thin the pad is. That's very key, that you guys see how thin it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a demonstration here of the power of this product and what we have and the new technology that's in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a beaker right here, because we found out from our medical advisory board that the average female, when they're on their cycle, they give off anywhere from 15 to 50 milliliters throughout the day. Now, we already know some women are more, some are less, because of the fact that they have a heavier flow than others. So I'm going to take these 50 milliliters here, and I'm going to pour it onto the pad right in front of everyone. And we know by now, a female probably would have changed by now, because that's a lot of fluid to go in at one time. But one of the main issues that many people know that's taking place, let me just pull it up a little bit as I go back to the pad, that many of our wives, our daughters, our nieces, our grandchildren are dealing with, is the fact that they're wet throughout the day. That plays a big part, because your body by nature is 98.6 degrees. So your body's always running hot. And then when you take the fact of you have moisture, you have bacteria, you basically have a recipe for disaster now. So now this is leading to things like urinary tract infections, yeast infections, and in some cases, even cervical cancer and ovarian cancer. We had a doctor that spoke at an event that I did last night in Atlanta, Dr. Tyrone Malloy. He's an OBGYN surgeon. And this man was just speaking on how the chemicals in the sanitary napkins and tampons has been leading to damaging effect of these women. And that's why he's so excited to be partnering and collaborating with us on this joint effort, because he'd been watching especially our African-American women be destroyed from what's being put into these sanitary napkins and tampons. We're going to have 4 variations of the product. We're going to have a day pad, a night pad, an overnight, and a panty liner with the technology that you guys are about to see. Now, what I'm going to do is I just poured 50 milliliters on the pad. I'm going to take a red napkin, because since we're on camera, so you guys would be able to see this, and I'm going to actually press on the napkin, put some pressure so you can see that pressure is being applied after pouring 50 milliliters on the pad. And you ready for this?
Nothing.
We don't have a drop on the napkin at all. When I saw that, guys, I was blown away. I automatically knew a game changer, because I knew I have a wife and 3 daughters that's at this phase in their lives. And I said to myself, if we can do something to keep women comfortable and dry during that time of month, you have a product that they're going to buy residually for the next 30, 40 years of their lives as their cycles are happening. But I got more to show you before we wrap up. I'm going to take this cup of water here. I'm going to halfway fill it. Now keep in mind, I just took 50 milliliters of water and put into the pad. But I'm going to take the absorbency system that's inside the product here. As you ladies can tell, I've become a professional at tearing these pads apart now. I'm going to take the interior of the absorbency system, and I'm going to place it right here inside of the pad, inside of, the water right here, right in front of our eyes. I want you guys to see this. I'm going to drop it in. The one thing that I want you guys to gather is this. I want you to see, if you guys can really see, that the exterior of our absorbency system, it has holes in it. That's by design. Also, the exterior of our absorbency system, it also has microfiber holes. Now, the reason why it has these microfiber holes, because we don't want the female's body taking the brunt of all the bacteria and everything. So we've created a system of ventilation. So it's constantly airflow throughout that process. If you look at a sanitary napkin right now that your daughter, your granddaughter, or even you may be using, if you look at it, the outer covering is like a trash bag. There is no ventilation, no breathability, which means that the woman's body suffers the brunt of everything that's being thrown at it. Now, I just poured 50 milliliters on the pad, right? I just took a cup that was halfway full, and it's totally absorbed. Every drop of water, wow, that was in it. We've literally taken a liquid and we turned it to a gel. Wow. And if you guys were here right now with me, you would be able to touch it and see that it's also cool. The cooling effect is because we found out, Brother Barry, that while young ladies and women are on their cycles, their body is running hotter than normal. So now the absorbency system also has a cooling effect for their body. Now I want you to see this. Before I close, I just told you guys, for everybody that came late, the new strip that's going to be infused into our product is called graphene. The gentleman who discovered graphene, he won the Nobel Prize. He won the Nobel Prize in 2010, the guy that won graphene. This right here is the graphene strip that's going to be infused into our new product. Guys, graphene is a 99.9% bacteria killer. Bacteria and graphene can't coexist. Graphene helps women with hormone secretion, their metabolism. It helps with fatigue. It helps relieve stress. It helps with skin and membrane repair. It has so many benefits, it's mind-blowing. Right now, the medical community is calling graphene the next medical revolution. But graphene, the main component of graphene, it contains what's called vibrational energy. It's always alive. You know, right now, as you can see, I'm touching this and I'm not being electrocuted, because immediately what everybody's about to see, they assume electricity. I'm going to take a 7-watt light bulb. This is a low wattage light bulb, guys. Anywhere this light bulb senses energy, it would illuminate. It's not like a 40-watt or a 60-watt light bulb that would normally be in your house that you cut your lights on with. Here's our strip right here. But what I want you to see right here with graphene, this is what it does. Wow. This is what graphene does. And this is the strip that's going to be infused inside our pads. Is going to change lives. Guys, I want you to hear what I'm telling you. We're currently, right now, we're living in the future. I'm going to a summit that's going to be taking place in Washington, D.C. It's going to be on May 21st and May 22nd. Senator Trent Lott is the keynote speaker. All the billion-dollar investors, all the billion-dollar corporations. Right now, IBM is leading the patents on graphene in the United States. There's haven't been no one, basically, I've ever asked, have you heard of graphene? If they've heard of it, outside of us introducing it to them. But I want to say this, guys, we are going now because we're going to explode this thing. We're going to network and see. There may be graphene grants that they have for minority companies. There may be graphene grants for veterans. I'm a veteran as well. So I'm a minority veteran. So double whammy for them. So guys, what I'm saying and sharing is we got a residual product that women are going to use. The last company that I co-founded with this similar technology and my wife and I were investors in, we did $8 million in 2 years with a $5 product. Now we've improved the product and taken it to another level because of the things we knew that was wrong with the first product to do what we're doing now for a 100% Black-owned company. We're about to change the world. and we're going to do it one woman at a time. So now, on that note, I want to open the floor for any questions, concerns, because that's it for the demonstration. The floor is for you, on you guys now. Anything you have.
Hey, Damon, and I know you got a busy schedule. Seems like every day you're in a different city, so we really appreciate your time. And, you know, Ken always talks about spirit. So you said most of you talked to haven't heard of graphene, but D is on the line, and I want him to tell you just how he tripped over it. D, go on and tell him what happened.
Take it away, brother.
Greetings from California. Yeah, I do a lot of research. I'm in blockchain, and I had just finished a video that I was looking at some information on, and I went to go do something. I come back, there's a 30-minute video on YouTube about graphene, and I'm sitting there like, what is going on? So I started watching some of the stuff that he was talking about and how graphene, you can manipulate it. I mean, it has, on a subatomic level, is very strong. It has a lot of different properties that go along with it. That, like you were saying, the healing properties is always alive. And there's a lot of applications that you can do with graphene. So, yeah, I heard about that this weekend.
What are the chances of that, Damon?
I found one guy who've known about graphene, but no, seriously, guys, just like the brother was sharing, I'm excited about it. And one of the main reasons I'm really excited, because now you have a minority-owned company that's in the forefront of technology now in terms of the usage. And now to be able to bring this to North America, you know, Barry, that's what the big celebration in Atlanta is about. That's why all roads are leading to Atlanta, Georgia that weekend, because people are coming to celebrate with us because they see it as victory. They see it as that's when the product will be released for the first time. It's going to be the weekend of June 1st when actually it's going to be able to be for sale. You know, distributors are going to be able to start buying packages and everything to get moving. But I tell you, man, we have an arsenal of individuals already. My concern, Barry, is just being honest with, is that, man, the inventory that we got coming is pretty much gone. It's accounted for. So we are already working on ordering a new round of inventory leading up to that weekend.
Well, Damon, I've seen what you can do. And also, one of the reasons that I have Pastor Lockhart, and I hope he's able to say something, is I met him years ago when I had a table at a convention in Tinley Park for the Church of God in Christ. And he coordinated that event, and it was over 1,000 people in attendance. And he has a huge connection to the church community. Kenneth, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
Yep, I sure can. What I want is your input. Is this something that you could take to church community and really, can you see the vision of what this will do for the church community?
Yes, I can, you know, and I would even like to even share it with some of our physicians. I do know pastors that is OB-GYN, and they have their own practices. Just met with them not long ago. And so this would be something certainly, and this particular OB-GYN with our own practice is also a pastor. So I think it'll be just really wonderful for us to share this product with, and they will be able to certainly, if we get them to sign on to endorse it and be one of the people that come with us to the church industry to really speak to this. I think that'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey Barry, can I add this real quick? When you guys come, because I know you got your film guy coming. Your videographer coming with you, Barry. There's going to be a session on that Saturday where I got 2 doctors that's coming in, and both of them are OBGYN surgeons. Wow. And they're doing an entire session on the technology graphene. So what I'm saying is, I think it would be great for that to be recorded, and that way you can obviously edit it and do some snippets on it or whatever, so that, like Pastor Lockhart is speaking about, his OBGYN friends, individuals like that, they can take it from their peers or their colleagues in terms of what the technology is about and representing, because he's going to be doing a full-fledged presentation He gave us a little bit last night. I was blown away. I'm talking about Barry, what I thought I knew about it, he's taking it to a whole nother level. And actually, he's coming with me to Washington, D.C. to the Graphene Summit.
Oh, great.
Dr. Tyrone Malloy, we going together.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Because I got a couple of